So I told myself to take some time off, right? But I decided to do something. Here we go. What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Dante here, back in the Digimon Laboratory with not a market watch, but we have the 2.0 version of my Alphamon deck, BT8. I decided to do a different format. Let me know how you like this format better. Let me know if you like this format better. I haven't quite attained all the cards for the deck quite yet. I think I'm missing a couple cards from BT8, but that's neither here nor there right now. I can get them whenever I want to get them. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into the deck profile. Right into it. So, we're going to start off for Doraemon. So, Doraemon's the egg. I cut the fifth Digi-Egg. If you want to play this fifth Digi-Egg, there's a Digi-Egg in BT8 that when you put a card underneath it, with a effect that gains plus 1,000 for the turn. It's one on fifth Digi-Eggs that if you want to play another one, if your locals or if you know your regionals is going to be a bit grindy, you need that fifth Digi-Egg. That's probably the best Digi-Egg for you. It is an X anybody as well, so don't worry about it, kind of conflicting. But Doraemon, 4 of them, simple as that. Dorumon, 4 of them, simple as that. Searcher, on play, reveal top 3, get an S anybody and 1 coda among them, add to your hand. Now, we're going to start to get to some of the newer cards. So, Ryudamon. So, Ryudamon is another level 3. We have the third level 3, I believe, in BT9 that's going to finish off this deck to be a pure X anybody deck. Right now we have the kind of tech here and there. As you can see on the screen, I have a tech already on the screen right now. But this is just another searcher, on play, top 3 at a X card with X anybody in his name. I mean in his traits, sorry, not his name, but in his traits. And then 1 Yuji, which we'll get to in a second. Among them, put them to the bottom of your deck in any order. It's just like Doraemon, except for instead of coda, is Yuji. We know the Doraemon's inheritable. If we add a card underneath to the Digivolution sources, gain a memory. This one, while the Digimon has X anybody, it gains decoy. That was one of the biggest things about the deck pre BT8 was that if they Gaia forced it, if they deleted it, if they did anything with any card that said delete this, the whole stack was gone. So Ryudamon giving something decoy, you can have Ryudamon on the side, and then you can have a the main stack with the Doraemon, and if they would delete it by any card effect, you just send away the one with the Ryudamon underneath it. So it was something that it really, really, really did need. Right now, you are gonna max out on both of them, just because they're really the only level 3 X antibodies for black that's gonna flow with the deck. Still playing to Sunriseamon, just because that in this deck you're going to hit that 13k. If you want to swing it with something for piercing, get rid of problem threat on the board, all that kind of stuff. And then it has the inheritable, when a black Digimon is, 13k or more, gets sack +1. Makes you hitting stats even bigger. Sack +1, sack +2, checking security left and right. So I am still playing the 2 Grumblemon. Because believe it or not, in this deck, we play more than 4 Tamers. And with the 8 searches of the 4, of the Tamers, you're going to have Tamers that's on board not doing much. Having Grumblemon to be that extra push, or even that game-winning card. Having 2 of it just so, if you're ever, level a lot, if you're ever breaking, you can Digivolve. On top, you can Digivolve on top of one of your level 3s, just to be able to, so you can build your stack up, a lot more consistently. Durugoromon. Oh, not Durugoromon. Durugoromon. I'm so tongue tied. It's ridiculous. I didn't want to make this video because I'm so out of it. My birthday was yesterday and it was crazy. So of course, you know, on your opponent's turn, if it has anybody in his traits underneath it, it pretty much becomes a blocker. Inheritable all turns while it has anybody in its traits plus 1000 EP. It's good for blocking. Simple as that. The new level 4, Jinryumon. So Jinryumon has an inheritable, and it says opponent's turn. When at your opponent's turn, while you have a Digimon with X anybody underneath it, it gains blocker. So notice a lot of these Ryu cards are trying to be in conjunction with the Alphamon strategy, not against it, not conflicting it. It's one of the things to where like they want you to build an Alphamon line up while you have a Ryumon line to the side. So when your Alphamon comes in and do Alphamon things, it protects, it gives all kinds of, different variables. And then if your Alphamon is ever suspended and threatened, you can actually can block it with a decent sized blocker. Or if it ever is deleted by a card effect, you can then pop that stack instead of the Alphamon stack, that kind of stuff. So, for Dual Greymons, we already know what this is. We already know what this does. If you Digivolve on top of it, put a black card underneath it with Ask Anybody, it prevents it from being deleted or have its DP reduced. And the inheritable is sack +1 if it's an Ask Anybody. Okay, Hisha Ryumon. I want to say that's not correct. So another card from BT8. Your turn, when one of your effects places a card underneath this as a Digivolution source, you can reduce the Digivolution. You can reduce the Digivolution cost by 1 when you would Digivolve on top of this card. So say you have this, and then say you have this. So say you have this card, and you Digivolve, you put 1 underneath, you reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. It just makes it cheaper to go into Alphamon, Durugoromon if you're still playing Durugoromon. Spoiler, there's no Durugoromon in this list. I kind of explain that as I go along. But also has an inheritable that on your opponent's turn, you gain reboot. So that way if your Alphamon is threatened, or when your Alphamon does swing on your opponent's turn, you unsuspend it. Therefore, they cannot attack. Therefore, they have to kill it by a card effect or some other effect that lets you attack suspended Digimon. So you got this. It gives the Alphamon deck many different avenues to try to protect itself. So notice I only played the 3 the Hasha Ryumon, just because that once you hit that level 5 level, you don't want to see too many of those cards. So I was even thinking about putting it down to 2, but I wanted to test drive this, and I just wanted to give it a rough draft. This ain't a final version of the 2.0. This ain't the final version of whatsoever. BT9 is 6 months away, so I'm gonna be fine tuning this. So for the most part, yeah, just something to work with for right now. For Alphamons, the deck is now synergized around Alphamon now. I did bump this up from 2 to 4, and I dropped the Durugoromon down completely. And the reason why was I wanted to really make it Alphamon centric. The Durugoromon is good for like a backup attacker, but the Ryumon, oh my god, tongue twister. I feel like it's a better complementary mega to Alphamon. So when you Digivolve, you can place an X Anybody card from your hand underneath it and delete 1 Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. Sure, it may not hit those higher Digimon, but 7 costs or less, you're talking about low ultimate and down. So you're talking about any threat that really isn't a mega, you can delete off the bat. You don't have to attack. You don't have to build a higher stat. It's one of those things to where it helps you get rid of threats now, immediately. So now it also has another ability. Your turn, once per turn, when one of your effects will place a card underneath this Digimon, it gains 2k, cannot be deleted by your opponent's effects until the end of their turn. That's what I mean. So being able to, on Digivolve, place one, pop a level play cost, a Digimon with play cost of 7 or less, and then be able to prevent this card from being able to be deleted by your opponent's card effects. It's amazing. And 2000 DP, making it 14k, is nothing to laugh at, nothing to sneeze at whatsoever. And now it has an inheritable. Its end of attack once per turn is this card's Alphamon unsuspended. So it gives Alphamon that ability to, attack. Oh, I'm gonna pay 2 memory, boost up to 13, hit security. Okay, so end of attack, gain 2 memory, it's a wash. Then it unsuspends to where now you can attack 13, you can attack 13k. Oh no, I'm gonna boost again, go to 15k. Guess what? Check security with 15k, end of attack, gain 2 memory. So it's one of those things to where you can play around with it if you don't want to. If you feel like you're very safe with attacking the stack, you just go attack. Okay, don't boost, gain 2 memory, unsuspend. You can do it again. And then that way, Alphamon gives you 4 memory to play with just by itself. So this is why I think the Alphamon deck really is one of those. It's a more consistent Jesmon. I think that's why a lot of people are clamoring towards it. Just for, you see the different avenues that it can go up now. And now that it has a whole different evolutionary line to the side that it can build up to help protect it in many different ways and avenues, or even give it, abilities to, reboot on your opponent's turn so they can't run into it. You can mix the stack and make the stack even better for your situation. Two Omnimon Zord defeats because, it's a great card. Being able to delete a Tamer, and then when it's deleted, being able to delete a Digimon is not bad at all. Being able to delete a Tamer is so strong in this game. So strong in this game. I've been hearing rumblings about Black War Greymon. I want to make a deck profile about Black War Greymon. I'm gonna actually do a little more research into it. I'm gonna give it to Romero. He's our machine enthusiast. Give it to Romero. We can talk about bounce ideas back and forth. But that's another deck profile. I'm gonna go ahead and put onto the video. Onto the channel. But of course, there's nothing more to say about that. Omnimon Zord defeat. If you're playing a purple deck, if you're playing a black deck, you gotta play it. Simple. Final Zubaga Punch. Now, this has been something that I cannot get away from. Why? Because for a 2 cost, you boost your Digimon by 3000 DP. And if that Digimon ever hits 16k, it gain blocker, reboot, sack +1. So being able to boost your Alphamon by 3k, being able to give a block, reboot, and sack +1 is insane. So that means with the dual Greymon, with this, you're really giving Alphamon sack +2, and then with the Oryumon, you're then unsuspending to then hit the security again. So even if they recover 1 security, you're checking another 3. So amazing. And it's until the end of your opponent's turn. So if you have reboot, reboot it. And that's it. Just reboot it. And then it gets blocker. So now it's a gigantic blocker on top of that. I can't get away from this card. It really is really, really, really good. Extremely good. Just a 2 of, you don't want to draw too many of it. You really want to hit it with that Alphamon. So it's one of the complimentary cards. 3 metal cannons. I think you still need to draw in this deck. And having metal cannon is just one of them great cards. If you don't know what metal cannon does, you pay 2, you target one of your Digimon with X antibody in its trait, and then you draw a card for each of the Digivolution cards. So if your Alphamon is sitting with 6 Digivolution cards, you target the Alphamon, you draw 6. As simple as that. It's one of those things to where you just need draw power in the deck. You get searchability, but you need draw power. It's black. Black is naturally bulky, slow, kind of stuff like that. Like, that's how black normally is. It's meant to be this grindy type of color. Of course, you have your obligatory ones. You have like D Brigade is like a rookie champion rush type of thing. With a boss monster. You have Alphamon, which is like a Beta Jessmon, stuff like that. But for the most part, you need that draw power in black. I'm gonna say this one time. I'm gonna try it one time only. So, is it Isher Rijuin? I don't know. I have to do the translation later. But I played one of it just for the Digivolution, the D-Digivolve 1, and then be able to, put one card underneath your Digimon in order to delete one of their 4 costs or less. So it deletes the rookie. Sure, why not? Just delete any, rookie that's on board that they might, kind of put them further behind. And then in security, you just D-Digivolve one of their Digimon and then pop a level 4 lower. So either way it goes, you D-Digivolving one and then you deleting, basically a champion if it hits out security, or a rookie if you actually play it. Not bad. A 1-up, just a little 1-up tech that I want to throw into it. I am playing 2 of the memory boosts. Why? Because you still want to search. You want to do all the searching, get all your pieces, formulate this big old giant stack, swing in for game. Simple as that. Simple as that. Like it. I mean, even if you get blocked from using the memory, the memory part of it, the delay part of it, just being able to look at the top 4 and add any black Digimon, it's amazing. It's just simply amazing. Like that right there in itself is enough for 3. I do play 4 Coda. Wild Coda is one of them things one of those memory tamers. I think having Coda consistently on the board and having it stick is how we want to go. So there are decks out there like Black War Greymon, like you have Lucimon, Chaos Mode. You have Zork Defeat. Now all these newer cards that's coming out that are getting rid of tamers. You don't want to be memory starved in this Alphamon deck, because as soon as you go below 3 memory, anything that you do that's beneficial to you, you pass in turn. And being able to go into Alphamon, doing that whole entire thing. Okay, Coda, I do my thing. I go ahead and put one in the Duromon, go ahead and boost my memory up by 1. There are memory blockers all over the place. Just remember that Coda will always guarantee you to be at 3, and you being put at 3 can guarantee you at least 2 Digivolutions at least. Now I played 2 Yugis. Now I was debating on if I want to go to a 3-3 split with Yugi and Coda, or if I wanted to be more Yugi centric. So if you don't know, Yugi is a 3-cost tamer, and it says your turn. One of your Digimon with X anybody in straight is moved from the breeding area to the battle area. You gain 1, draw 1. It's like the bond of friendship and the bond of friendship and a bond of courage, Matt and Ty. to where if Agumon was to bring a you draw one, gain a memory, that kind of stuff. That is just like that. It's just like that. And in your turn, when one of your black Digimon with S antibody attacks, suspend this tamer, put one card with S antibody and its traits from your hand underneath that Digimon at the bottom of Digivolution sources. This is what I was thinking. Maybe you could do a 3-3 split. And you know what? Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I would definitely do a 3-3 split. Because it's one of those things to where, yes, you need Coda. And you always want to see Coda. And having 2 Codas on field is not bad. Especially with the Grumblemon in the deck. You can actually, Digivolve on top of a Coda and then swing. But having that Yuji to then facilitate all the new stuff in BT8 and have it to be just like, just turbo everything out, get the Alphamon to be able to, check, attack, unsuspend, attack, putting things in your stack. Just having that 3-3 line, and then just remember, we were playing a max out of 4-4 of both of them. The Ryudomon and the Doromon, we're playing 4-4 of each and every last one of them. So you'll be able to get these, 7, 8, 9 times out of 10. You play one, you're just gonna keep on popping down. Whatever one you need, like play that. Digivolve on top of this one, play that. Digivolve on top of this one, play that. And just build your stack up while you're getting your tamers on board. All they missing is something that plays the black tamer that has S antibody in its text from your hand. That's all it's missing. Well, with that being said, watch out for, those hyper aggressive decks. Like, you might struggle a little with Mastermon. Imperialdramon might be a deck that, it's a 50-50 coin toss depending on how you draw. Mastermon's pretty aggressive and pretty fast. But I think Alphamon can keep up with it. Especially now, I think keep up with it. Do I think it's the bit 3? Maybe. I can objectively sit here and say that you have Alphamon, you have Mastermon, you have Imperialdramon, you have Armor Release. Security Control can come back. It's one of those things to where it's like, who knows? Let's see. Like for real, let's see. I think I'm gonna do this style a lot more out there. I think this style for deck profiles is a lot cleaner. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot cleaner. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that's been my deck profile for Alphamon 2.0. I just may give a 3.0 when it comes to EXO 2, right before we go into BT9, and then my final version of BT9. We're just gonna do it like that. So without further ado, if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. I'm about to get up out of here. My head is pounding. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.